No, really, be honest. How long has it been? How long have you tried to go to the gym? You wait until New Year's every year, or is it like a bi-weekly kind of thing, or a once a month type of thing where you kind of like hype yourself up, or you watch a David Goggins type of video? No, be honest. Like, how many times have you tried honestly going to the gym just to find yourself every time, maybe going once a week, maybe once a month? Maybe not even if that. No matter what it is that you do to try to get yourself motivated, whether it's watching a video or seeing some shredded dude on Instagram, you know damn well this isn't going to last long term, and honestly you might as well just prepare to not go in the first place. I know this intro was a little bit harsh in the sense of how I'm kind of just judging you, and the reason why I came at you guys a little bit hard in this intro was that I was actually very similar to you guys almost a year and a half ago. It was my freshman year as well as sophomore year of college, where I was just like you guys. I could barely ever go to the gym. I had barely any motivation to go to the gym. I thought it was just a complete waste of time. I thought focusing on school and just trying to make money online was just a better use of my time. But it was actually a huge shift for me, because before this, all up until high school, basically my whole life up until the end of high school, I was an extremely active person, going to the gym pretty often, always playing sports, always in shape. And this was actually the first time where I was severely overweight, at least severely in my sense, where I was definitely at least 15 to 20 pounds heavier than I should have been. I know people call this the freshman 15, but I definitely gained more than 15 pounds. It was more like 20 or 25. And this was the heaviest I've ever been. And because it was almost like a year and a half or 2 years of going down this rabbit hole of not working out and being very sedentary, that when it came time to motivate myself to go back into the gym, it became really hard. I know it's especially hard for you guys who have never gone before. The reason why I want to make this video to help give you a framework so you can start going to the gym consistently, and so you don't have to rely on motivation and whether or not you feel good. And if you just rely on this framework, you just start to build discipline over time, and that discipline will take you where you want to go even when you don't feel like it, and that's the ultimate goal. And so without further ado, let's get into the first step, or the first area of this framework. First step of this framework is that you must have a why. The why means, why do you want to go to the gym? For most people, it's just, I honestly just want to be a little bit more healthy, or I just want to look better. Whatever your why is, you must have one. The reason is that the stronger your why, when it comes to those times when you really don't feel like going to the gym and it's cold outside, you ask yourself, why did I even begin going in the first place? And if it's honestly just to look better, in your mind, you're going to think, okay, one day is not going to hurt. And then you skip 2 days, and then you skip 3 days. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't want to look better. That's obviously definitely a good goal to have of going to the gym. But I do strongly suggest having one that really pushes you to get up out of bed, especially when you don't feel like it. And for me, my why was, well, one, I felt really bad looking at myself, and also knowing that I was in shape and that I wasn't muscular at the time. I was really lanky, but knowing that I was in shape and I would never get tired and I could play sports for hours. And now if I were to even climb up the stairs, for example, I was getting extremely winded. Or if I tried to even play a sport for a little while, like I'd play basketball, run down the court and run back up, and I was just gassed. Like I needed to just take a break. And for me, knowing prior that I was able to play basketball like literally games on end without like even taking a rest. Like there were times where I played 3-4 games, scrimmages, like without getting tired at all, and would like be able to keep going. And now for me to just walk up the stairs, like that's so not me. So that was one thing. And then two, because of it, I actually had a bit of a health problem. For the first, it was, I think, in beginning of 2022, I think January, when I went to the doctor's office, and I was really overweight and my cholesterol was really high. And if you don't know what cholesterol is, it's basically the fat like substance that's in your cells, and there's a certain amount that you should have, but if it goes over a certain range, that's actually when it becomes a more of a health risk. So for me, mine was really high. So combined with that, I had a not physical health problem, because you can't physically feel cholesterol, you can only know that by going to the doctor. But this is something that can honestly cause heart attacks, and this is honestly a major cause of heart disease and like clogged arteries, is just having really high cholesterol. And it's really high, especially in Asian families and Indian families, so I was already kind of predisposed to it. But then combined with the fact that I was never going to the gym and then also eating really unhealthy, I had a literal reason that I needed to go to the gym, as well as the fact that I know I can do better considering I have a whole past track record of it. So for me, my why was really strong. It was that I needed to get healthier because physically I had to, otherwise this could lead to something worse in the long term. Or two, I just know I'm better than this because I'm not like this new me isn't me, and I want to go back to the more active version of myself, as well as I just want to feel better as well as look better. So all of these reasons, anytime that I wasn't feel like going to the gym, I would just think of these reasons and it just became really, really easy. Now for you guys might have to be a little bit more creative in what your why is, especially if you do have a health condition that should alone be enough to get you up out of the gym. But if not, think about all the potential opportunities you're missing in terms of meeting new friends or meeting that girl you like simply because you don't look the way you should. And as bad as it sounds, looks do definitely play a part in that. So think about all the areas of your life that are diminished simply because of you not going to the gym, either whether that impacts your physical appearance or that impacts your actual performance in terms of something. For other people, it could be I'm not performing as well as I would like to in a certain sport, and I know this could be improved if I just started lifting more weights. See, that's another why that you can give yourself so that the next time you're not feeling like it, you can say, okay, now if I don't go, I'm going to continue to do really bad in my sport. Now, the second step of this framework that I want to give you to help you start going to the gym consistently is something called habit stacking. Habit stacking is literally where you just stack a new habit on either one or another set of habits. So again, for me, I always go after an hour and a half after eating lunch because I want to obviously digest, and I usually do a little bit of work prior and then I go to the gym. So for me, it's like lunch, a little bit of work, and then go. So it's like I've stacked it on top of like two other like routine habits that I do. And I found that either, so for you, it could just be as soon as I wake up in the morning, I'm gonna brush my teeth, I'm gonna go downstairs, eat some breakfast, and then go immediately. You should do it after a set of habits that you already currently do, because I've just found that once you start doing it like this, you almost set a routine, and a routine is so much easier to follow than rather than things or when things are just really sporadic and you don't really have a plan or structure of doing things. Like if you were to just, I don't know, all willy-nilly like go to the gym at like say 9 p.m. just out of nowhere, and you don't have like a real reason to, like it's just like you kind of out of the blue kind of thing, and then you go to the gym the next day at like as soon as you wake up, it's going to be really hard for your body to like make sense of this, and it's really going to be hard to stay consistent with it because there's no set of routine that you're creating here. It's more of something that you kind of just do based off of emotion rather than a structured routine and discipline. And it's so much easier to become disciplined once your body knows what to expect. If you go to the gym at the same time every single day after doing a certain thing, it's so much easier for your body and brain to pick up on this routine that you don't really have to think about it in the future. It kind of just becomes more routine. Like when you wake up in the morning, do you feel like brushing your teeth? Maybe, maybe not, but regardless of how you're feeling, you just brush your teeth, right? So it's kind of the same thing with the gym. Stack it underneath something where you're going to do regardless, and it just becomes so much easier to follow through with. Step 3 of this framework is probably the most crucial one, and that is when you're a complete beginner, make the mistake of thinking that because I haven't gone to the gym in so long, I'm just going to work out really, really intensely or do this really super long workout because of all of the time that I've missed. And this is really, really stupid because if you have a really long few hour workouts to begin with, like for the first week or something, one, you're going to get really sore and you're going to get really tired. And then the next day, when you're really sore and really tired, what are the chances that you're going to want to go and do that again and feel the way that you're feeling right now? Probably not. The chances of that are probably not really high. Also, on top of that, what person in their right mind would want to go the next day knowing that they're going to have the most absolute brutal workout? Imagine as a complete beginner, every single day, you have to wake up to the fact knowing that I'm going to do a really intense and heavy workout when I've never really done this before. No, it's going to be really, really scary. And you're going to be like, no, why would I do such a thing? That's just how the human brain is wired. Instead, when you first start, make your workouts extremely short. I'm talking about maybe like 20-25 minutes. Right now, I honestly just work out an hour. So just work your way up from maybe 20 minutes, but literally just do some light physical activity to begin with. Because after that, you're going to be like, whoa, that was really easy. I feel like I could do a lot more. That's the exact mindset that you want to have as a beginner. After a workout, you want to be thinking that, oh, that wasn't actually so bad. I can honestly do more the next time. And that'll motivate you the next time to actually go and do your workout the next time and either do it more intensely or add a little bit of more time. And you should keep it at this level for honestly maybe a couple of weeks to a month until you find yourself going to the gym every single day, or not even going to the gym, doing some physical activity for at least 20 minutes a day. Do this for 3 weeks to a month, because again, as a beginner, the whole point isn't to see results. The whole point is to start seeing consistency. You want to start building this good habit and trust with yourself first rather than changing anything. So if 20 minutes is too long for you, or you feel like you're really too winded, or like that's too much for you, decrease it to like 10 or 15 minutes and do that consistently for a couple of weeks first. That becomes a routine and a habit for you. That's when you can start adding a little bit more time, or start adding a little bit more intensity to your workouts, and that's how you slowly build it from there. But the people who tell you that you should be going really hard as a beginner to start off, your first day in the gym should be tough, and like, I don't know, they make you feel bad that if you're not doing it enough. It's the same thing with business. People try to go right out of the gate trying to make, I don't know, $10,000 a month when they haven't made a dollar online first, right? Like, what sense would that make? If you don't know how to make a dollar yet, why would you try to make 10,000? It's the same thing with the gym. You've never ever ran before. Why would you try to start doing a marathon? Right? Start with walking on an incline, slowly start jogging, then you run. Same with lifting weights. If you've never benched before, why would you put 2 or 3 plates on because you saw some guy do it and you feel like you're left out if not? No. Start off slowly, and then make it a habit that every day you're going to come back to the gym at this time, and that you're going to continue with this routine. But you need to focus on just going every day. That's more important than intensity right now. Make sure you're going 5 to 6 times a week and build that trust and consistency with yourself. Once you can do that for a couple of weeks without missing a day, that's when you can start turning it up a little bit more. Because like I said, what sense does it make really strain yourself in the gym and like get really, really sore, or to really tire yourself out? Like, if you're a beginner, like, that's scary, right? Like, why would you want to repeatedly do that on an everyday basis? For me, even right now, my workouts, I think on like a level of 10 are only like a level 6 or 6.5 of in terms of difficulty. Like, they're nothing really crazy. Like, they're more than average difficulty, and I would say they're more moderate level. Like, it's like they're hard, but it's not like really, really intense where like right after that workout, like I can't feel anything. Like, no, like during that workout, like I feel like a crazy pump, and I feel like really, really like at that moment, like I feel muscular, but it's not like I'm sore for like a whole week or something like that. Like, I might be sore that next day and maybe just for that day, but it's like nothing crazy after that. So again, if you follow these steps and you just build this routine and do this consistently, there's absolutely no chance that this won't become like second nature to you. At this point, there's honestly not a week that I work out less than 5 times a week, and it's just become so ingrained in me at this point that if I can do it, you can easily do it as well. So if you got any value from this video, please do leave a like, a comment, and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace.